Welcome back to ARISEC. I'm your host, Aryan Giri, and today we're diving deep into the thrilling world of ethical hacking. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is ethical hacking? Well, imagine a friendly intruder who breaks into your house, but instead of stealing your valuables, they leave a note pointing out all the security flaws. That's an ethical hacker in a nutshell. Ethical hacking is the practice of legally bypassing system security to identify potential data breaches and threats in a network. The goal is to fix these vulnerabilities before a malicious hacker can exploit them. Ethical hackers are like digital detectives, hired by system owners to assess security and find weaknesses. They're the good guys in the cyber world, ensuring that our data and systems remain safe and sound. Let's start with the good guys, the ethical hackers, also known as white hat hackers. These are the cybersecurity superheroes who use their powers for good. They're like the ethical locksmiths of the digital world, finding vulnerabilities before the bad guys can exploit them. White hat hackers are driven by a passion for security and a desire to protect systems and data from malicious attacks. They use their knowledge and skills to identify weaknesses in networks, applications, and systems. But instead of exploiting these vulnerabilities for personal gain, they report them to the system owners. Think of them as ethical penetration testers. They simulate real-world attack scenarios to see how robust a system's defenses are. They might try to bypass firewalls, crack passwords, or exploit vulnerabilities in software, all with the goal of finding and fixing weaknesses. But their role goes beyond just finding vulnerabilities. They also play a crucial role in educating organizations and individuals about cybersecurity best practices. They might conduct security awareness training, develop security policies, or help implement security solutions. Their work is essential in today's digital landscape, where cyber attacks are becoming increasingly sophisticated. They are the first line of defense against malicious hackers, ensuring that our data and systems remain secure. So, if you're looking for a career path that combines technical skills with a strong ethical compass, then becoming a white hat hacker might be the perfect fit for you. It's a challenging but rewarding field that plays a vital role in keeping our digital world safe. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and white hat hackers embody this principle perfectly. They use their knowledge and skills not for personal gain, but for the greater good, protecting our digital lives from the shadows. They are the unsung heroes of the cyber world, working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that our data remains secure and that our digital lives can continue without interruption. Now, let's talk about the villains of the cyber world, the black hat hackers. Unlike their ethical counterparts, these individuals operate on the other side of the law, driven by malicious intent and a thirst for personal gain. Black hat hackers are the cyber criminals who exploit vulnerabilities in systems for malicious purposes. They might steal sensitive data like credit card information, personal details, or even trade secrets. Their motives can range from financial gain to causing disruption or even seeking revenge. These individuals are often highly skilled and technically proficient, capable of exploiting even the smallest vulnerabilities in systems. They use their knowledge to bypass security measures, gain unauthorized access to networks, and steal or manipulate data. Their actions can have devastating consequences for individuals, businesses, and even governments. A data breach can lead to financial losses, identity theft, reputational damage, and even legal repercussions. Black hat hackers often operate in the shadows, using sophisticated techniques to cover their tracks and avoid detection. They might use malware, phishing attacks, social engineering, or other malicious methods to achieve their goals. Law enforcement agencies and cybersecurity professionals are constantly working to track down and apprehend these criminals. But their elusive nature makes it a challenging task. The fight against black hat hackers is an ongoing battle, requiring constant vigilance and proactive security measures. It's important to remember that black hat hackers are not just characters in movies. They are a real threat in today's interconnected world. Their actions can have a significant impact on our lives, making it crucial for individuals and organizations to take cybersecurity seriously. By understanding the tactics and motivations of black hat hackers, we can better protect ourselves from their malicious activities and contribute to a safer digital environment for everyone. Now let's delve into a more morally ambiguous territory, the realm of grey hat hackers. These individuals exist in the ethical grey area between white hat and black hat hackers, often operating without explicit permission, but not always with malicious intent. Grey hat hackers might be driven by a thirst for knowledge, a desire to expose security flaws, or even a sense of vigilante justice. They might hack into systems without authorization, but instead of stealing data or causing damage, they might report the vulnerabilities to the system owners, sometimes even offering to fix them, for a price, of course. Their actions might seem altruistic on the surface, but they still operate outside the bounds of the law. Hacking into systems without permission is illegal, regardless of intent. While they might not always cause direct harm, their actions can still have unintended consequences. For example, a grey hat hacker might publicly disclose a vulnerability before the system owner has a chance to fix it, putting the system at risk of attacks from malicious actors. Their actions can also damage the reputation of the organization whose systems they breached. The ethical implications of grey hat hacking are complex and often debated. Some argue that their actions are justified if they expose vulnerabilities and lead to improved security. Others believe that any unauthorized access to systems is unethical and potentially harmful. Regardless of where you stand on the ethical spectrum, it's important to remember that grey hat hacking is still illegal. If you're considering dabbling in this grey area, be aware of the legal and ethical ramifications of your actions. The world of cybersecurity is rarely black and white. Grey hat hackers remind us that there are always shades of grey, and sometimes the line between right and wrong can be blurry. Now, let's talk about a less sophisticated but still potentially harmful group, the Script Kiddies. These individuals are often young and inexperienced, lacking the technical skills and knowledge of seasoned hackers. Think of them as the teenagers of the cyber world, eager to prove themselves but lacking the maturity and understanding of the consequences of their actions. They're often driven by a desire for recognition, notoriety, or simply to cause a bit of chaos. Script Kiddies typically rely on pre-built tools and scripts created by more experienced hackers. They might download these tools from hacking forums or websites and use them to launch attacks without fully understanding how they work. Their attacks are often unsophisticated and easily detectable by experienced cybersecurity professionals. They might launch denial-of-service attacks, deface websites, or spread malware, but their impact is usually minimal compared to more skilled hackers. However, while their technical skills might be lacking, Script Kiddies can still cause significant damage, especially to individuals and small businesses with weak security measures in place. Their attacks can disrupt operations, compromise data, and lead to financial losses. It's important to remember that even though Script Kiddies might not be as skilled as other types of hackers, they can still pose a threat. It's crucial to have strong security measures in place to protect your systems and data from their attacks. Educating young people about cybersecurity and the ethical implications of hacking is essential to prevent them from going down the wrong path. By fostering a culture of responsible technology use, we can help steer them towards a more ethical and productive path in the digital world. Remember, even a small spark can ignite a fire, and in the world of cybersecurity, it's always better to prevent the spark than to deal with the flames. Let's dive into the world of hacktivism, where hacking intersects with social and political activism. Hacktivists are individuals or groups who use their technical skills to promote a particular cause or ideology. Think of them as digital activists, leveraging their hacking abilities to bring attention to issues they care about. Their motivations can range from environmental protection and human rights advocacy to political dissent and anti-censorship campaigns. Hacktivists often target governments, corporations, or organizations they perceive as corrupt, unjust, or complicit in activities they oppose. Their tactics can include website defacement, data leaks, denial of service attacks, or even more sophisticated operations aimed at disrupting critical infrastructure. Their actions can be controversial, with some arguing that they are a legitimate form of protest in the digital age, while others condemn them as illegal and potentially dangerous. The line between hacktivism and cybercrime can be blurry, and the legal consequences of their actions can be severe. One of the most well-known activist groups is Anonymous, a decentralized collective known for its Guy Fawkes masks and its involvement in various high-profile protests and operations. They have targeted governments, corporations, and even religious organizations, often leaking sensitive information or disrupting their online operations. While hacktivists might be driven by noble intentions, their actions can have unintended consequences. Disrupting critical infrastructure or leaking sensitive information can put lives at risk or cause widespread chaos. The debate surrounding hacktivism is complex and multifaceted. It raises questions about freedom of speech, the role of technology in activism, and the limits of civil disobedience in the digital age. Now, let's enter the realm of high-stakes cyber espionage and warfare, where nation-state hackers operate in the shadows, waging silent battles on the digital front lines. These highly skilled individuals are employed by governments to conduct cyber operations against other nations or entities. Think of them as digital spies and soldiers, engaged in a constant game of cat and mouse in the cyber realm. Their objectives can range from stealing sensitive information, disrupting critical infrastructure, spreading propaganda, or even sabotaging the operations of their adversaries. Nation-state hackers are often backed by significant resources and operate with a level of sophistication that surpasses other types of hackers. They have access to advanced tools, techniques, and intelligence, allowing them to conduct highly targeted and effective operations. Their activities can have far-reaching consequences, impacting international relations, national security, and even global stability. A successful cyber attack on critical infrastructure, such as power grids or financial systems, could have devastating consequences for a nation and its citizens. The rise of nation-state hacking has added a new dimension to international conflict and espionage. It has blurred the lines between traditional warfare and cyber warfare, creating a complex and constantly evolving landscape of threats and vulnerabilities. Governments around the world are investing heavily in their cyber capabilities, both offensive and defensive, to protect their interests and project power in the digital age. The cyber realm has become a new battleground where nations compete for dominance and advantage. The activities of nation-state hackers highlight the increasing importance of cybersecurity in the 21st century. As our world becomes increasingly interconnected, our reliance on technology makes us more vulnerable to cyber attacks, both from individual actors and nation-states. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the diverse and often shadowy world of hacking. From ethical hackers safeguarding our digital lives to malicious actors seeking to exploit vulnerabilities, the cyber landscape is a complex and constantly evolving ecosystem. If you found this video insightful and informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support helps us create more content like this and spread awareness about the importance of cybersecurity. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on ethical hacking, cybersecurity, and the latest trends in the digital world. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.